All right, so here's the former UFC welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman, and there is no taking this man's legacy away from him. I know he was disappointed with that Leon Edwards fight, but this man is going to get his roses, his Hall of Fame night. Still has a lot to accomplish, though, at least in his mind right here, right now.
Well, you watch him in that fight, and you still feel as though he was the best. He was winning the fight, and he got hit with a beautiful head kick by Leon Edwards. Kamaru Usman possesses all the skills, and that was one of the conversations we had. I said, I'm very proud as a brother of what you become. He has everything: cardio, he has striking, he has wrestling. He's just a tremendous mixed martial artist. He just has to rebuild back to that championship level, and that starts tonight.
And you wonder if that result against Leon Edwards could actually be a benefit for Usman moving forward. We're going to get some answers here in short order. The Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman, is ready to engage yet again. All right, so all eyes are on Khabib Nurmagomedov. Daniel, as your former teammate makes his return to competition here tonight, a lot of us felt like this moment would not materialize. He's chasing 30-0 now.
He's chasing 30-0. I mean, he's one of the only guys to get out of this thing clean. Nobody goes undefeated unless your name is Khabib Nurmagomedov. The guy has fought the best. He is a guy that lets you know what his intentions are, and he goes out there and he works the game plan. He's going to get in your face. He's going to try to overwhelm you with his wrestling. And you look at his boy, Hasbulla in the corner. Khabib Nurmagomedov looking for a big night.
The Dagestani social media legend, Hasbulla Magomedov, in the corner of Khabib Nurmagomedov tonight. Khabib Nurmagomedov, ready to engage in another high-profile matchup here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Kamaru, the Nigerian nightmare, Usman. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. All right, so the newly minted UFC Hall of Famer Khabib Nurmagomedov just could not stay away as he comes up on this matchup with another all-time great, Kamaru Usman. You know these guys well. Usman is your friend. Nurmagomedov is close to your heart as any. And you told me before the fight, Khabib's not going to be on the wrong end of a strength equation against anyone.
No, he is going to be strong as Usman tonight, even though he's the guy coming up. But for Khabib Nurmagomedov, it's get in his face, pressure him, and take him down. Khabib has wrestling like not many others we have seen inside the octagon. But Usman does have an ability to defend that. Can Usman deal with the pressure that Khabib will put on him from the moment the official says to fight?
All right, so good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches. Gotta watch his neck. That guillotine is tight.
Oh, how about that? He gives up on the submission. Looked pretty tight to me. Oh, postures up and lands a huge head strike there. Nicely done by Nurmagomedov. Under 3 minutes now to go in the rounds. Ground and pound keeps coming. Good movement to avoid that damage coming down.
Referee will help you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mount, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of this position.
Good work from the top here by Nurmagomedov. Another ground and pound strike lands. Usman getting worked here from the top. Ground and pound strikes raining down.
Good job being a threat off your back and not allowing your opponent to get caught.
All right, so the big storyline in this one, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. The wrestling's on point and the ground and pound going on as well.
You know, these skills are what allowed for Kamaru Usman to become the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He is a tremendous wrestler, incredibly strong, and you are seeing all that happen in the octagon right now. He is on point.
A lot of top pressure being applied here. Nurmagomedov's right back to the full mount.
Great shot from the top position. I mean, way to stay aware and stay safe defensively.
30 seconds now to go in the opening round. Making all these shots count. First round winding down here. Nurmagomedov's in half guard. 5 minutes in the books. All right, so the takedown's the big storyline in that previous round. Let's look back at some of the highlights, DC, and gotta be pretty discouraging to get grounded that many times in one round.
Oh, it's so discouraging because all you want to do is let your offense go, but every time you're getting dragged to the floor constantly, you're starting to get fatigued. He's starting to wear on you. Let's see what type of effect it takes on his offensive approach as the next round starts.
Takedown defense holds up, and they separate. A lot of power on display from Kamaru Usman as he lands yet again there.
Kamaru Usman showed in the Kobe Covington fight, not only is he the best welterweight in the world, he may just be the toughest welterweight in the world because he went through the fire in order to retain that title.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
Big right hook there by the champ.
Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now.
The hard ground and pound is paying dividends. He has opened up a cut.
These ground strikes really started to add up. There's another one. A series of punches from the top here by Nurmagomedov. All right, he's sort of hanging out here unguarded, DC. Not sure if he's trying to bait him in or what, but not great body language here. Khabib's back to the side control now.
Nice shot there by the champ. Oh, nice.
Oh, man, he's still targeting that cut, and it is getting worse by the minute. Nurmagomedov's got him in a crucifix now, going to go to work from the top. Just over 2 minutes now to go in round two. All right, so there it is again. He's been very efficient with his ground and pound striking game today.
And now they're starting to pile. He's starting to pile them together. Punch after punch is starting to land from the top position.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Nurmagomedov. Oh, this could be over soon. Nurmagomedov's able to transition back to side control now.
Big ground and pound.
This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape, or maybe look for a Kimura here. Good round.
All right, well, that's the end of the round, so the location is okay, the cut on the cheek, but that is some serious blood trickling out of that cut there. You got to think maybe at some point they call the doctor in, and if he doesn't like what he sees, maybe they stop this fight. All right, back to the stools we go, and it's starting to look like a second mouth on his cheek.
Yeah, it looks terrible. I mean, the guy is getting hit with big shots. One big enough to open up a nasty cut on his cheek. While it's in a better spot, it still is very difficult to deal with.
Like if he absorbs another strike on that cheek, he might actually be able to eat through that cut on his cheek. I'm just saying.
He's got a big mouth.
All right, here we go with this third round of this championship fight. Wow, beautiful throw. Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off his back. Usman's cheek is just leaking blood all over the octagon. That gash is absolutely terrible. I might have even caught his jawbone in there. I'm not so sure. Fighter trying to pass here, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Nurmagomedov. Really maximizing his shots here on the ground.
Let's fight, come on.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes up. Wow, that cheek and the blood coming from it starting to cause the fighter some problems. The referee steps in and calls for the ringside doctor.
It's painful, right? It might not seem as though it affects the vision, but it's very painful. Every time he gets hit on this thing, it opens up a little more, but you can still fight.
Yeah, that'll do it. I don't need to see the teeth through the side of his face. That's going to be the end of the fight, and athlete will live to fight again, but certainly a disappointing conclusion to this one. All right, we now go inside the octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
Well, always an honor to watch Khabib Nurmagomedov perform live and in person, and once again added to his greatness here tonight.
A dominant performance. He did it exactly how you expected him to do it. You have to be so prepared for the game of Khabib Nurmagomedov, or you're going to get run over. Another great performance for the Eagle.